Or generally, just what were your thoughts on the match? And it looked like pretty tough conditions out there, and maybe a bit of doubt at times over whether you were going to come off for the rain in the second set.
Yeah, it was obviously a difficult match. I thought they played pretty well. I think, I probably didn't have my best match, but it was, we fought pretty hard. And all credit to them. They got a bit of fortune as well, and they played pretty well, though, I must say.
What did you both take out of it as an experience ahead of perhaps coming back here later in the summer?
Well, I mean, who knows what's going to happen with that? I guess for both of us, it was kind of, an opportunity to, I don't know, put our names, in the frame to play the Olympics and stuff, and that's why, it was a lot of, I think, it was a pretty strong doubles event this year, a lot of singles guys playing and ahead of the Olympics, and, I think me and Dan obviously were hoping to have a good run here, and yeah, it wasn't to be, so don't know if we'll get the opportunity. There's guys obviously ahead of us in the rankings, and we've got good doubles players in the UK, so yeah, let's see what happens, but yeah, it was an opportunity to have a good run, and didn't happen.
This is more for Dan because I know it relates to you, but maybe Andy, Red Plus. I know you've hit on Red Plus courts, I think, right? What is Sutton Coldfield? There's one going at the LTA next week or the week after. I just wondered if you could just tell me a bit about what it's like, whether it's useful, how like real clay it is. And Andy, I don't know if you had any experience with it, maybe not. But.
Yeah, I mean, I practiced on it a few times in the previous years. I'm probably not best qualified to say if it was good or not, but I thought it was pretty good, and I was obviously with Sebastian at that time, and I practiced with him on it, and he actually didn't know that was the surface until after. Yeah. He thought it was real. It was very, it was pretty cold, wet day, as tends to be this time of year in England. So it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. The guy who looks after it does a great job. Yeah.
Well, for Andy, there's been a lot hanging around over the last few days because of the rain. Just wondering how you found that and whether you sort of regret being here for those few days in a way.
No, I don't regret it. I mean, it's been frustrating for everyone, and obviously, when you lose, I mean, if you could have said, okay, you're going to lose in the first round, 4 days ago, you would regret sticking around. But I felt like we had a good chance to do well, and we agreed that if we were going to play, we would play to try and win the tournament. And yeah, so no, I don't regret. Don't regret playing at all. I've been struggling a little bit with my back last couple of weeks, so I'd probably needed a few lighter days anyway. And yeah, now get a chance to go home and start prepping on the grass, and hopefully have a few good tournaments there.
A question for both of you: are you going to play doubles at Wimbledon individually with other partners?
I've not thought about Wimbledon. I've not thought about it.
Yeah, I may do. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure yet. My brother doesn't have a partner for Wimbledon currently. We've spoken a little bit about it, so may do that, but not 100% sure yet.
And when would you make that decision? In the days before Wimbledon, or
no, ahead of time. I mean, obviously, Jamie. Well, I mean, he could also get a good partner as well. So yeah. So
you've got your story now. That's got to be the headlines.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, we'll probably decide in the next few days, probably.
Andy, your brother said he was under the impression that if you did lose today, you'd probably be happy to go home and start prepping on the grass. Is that true? And are you both kind of planning to adjust your schedules now you've lost here?
No, I mean, obviously if we did well here, then that might affect what I would have done at the beginning of the grass season, but obviously we didn't. So now we'll just come up with a different plan for what the next few weeks look like. Evo obviously can speak for himself, but yeah, for me, I hadn't. I mean, we had a couple of plans in place. If I did well, how the grass season would look, and if things didn't go well in the doubles, what I would do.
Today is the first day of Alexander Zverev's trial for allegedly physically abusing his ex-girlfriend. I'm just curious to know, in other sports, it may not happen where a player is competing at the same time that they're in court. They may be on administrative leave or things like that. I'm curious if you feel it's right that Zverev is competing, at the same time that this court case is going on, or not.
I mean, I got asked about that kind of a few years ago on the ATP's kind of policy around those sorts of situations, and yeah, clearly it's a difficult one. The players shouldn't be the ones that are coming in here making comment on it. It's the ATP who should make the decision and make the policy for what that would look like. And I don't think they did a particularly good job over the last few years with the I don't know what the word is, but in terms of in these situations when you might ask me about that in press, like it's not for us to come up with what those policies are. It's for the governing body to make that decision. And yeah, clearly it's a very difficult subject, but it's for you guys to obviously report on that, and we'll see what happens with the trial, and then I guess a decision will be made after that.